but I don't know what is happening here.
You should start your video first, then we check.
Yes, I've done with my video.
Hello.
Hello. It's
Your
showing that
screen is not visible.
no, your screen sharing is paused. Something is showing here. I've shared my screen.
Yes, sir. I will check out.
Okay, please.
Just hello, sir.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Now it is visible.
Okay. Now it's visible, right? Can I proceed with? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Today's talk will be on 3D printing concrete. It's a new concept of doing a printing of concrete to construct a new building. So coming to the first slide, I'll be showing them from beautiful picture of your civil engineering structures, right? So if a common man looks at this building, it is like simply a building which is built with a high rise and also some residential building. If you look at that, it looks very beautiful. As a common man, if you look at that buildings, as a architecture, if you look at the building, will be in a different way. It like it should look beautiful, aesthetic view. The concept of that will be looking. As a civil engineer, if you look at this building, you will be thinking in different ways. Okay, first of all, if you want to construct this high-rise building, the one should know the strength required to withstand of this building for different loading, right? Wind load, earthquake load, or horizontal load, or live load, dead load. All those things you have to imagine, you have to implement that to construct a building, right? Everyone should know. As a civil engineer, as a technical person, you should know to do construction of this building. You should be knowing all this concept. Okay, this is about the high-rise building. Even if you consider a small building, you should understand the loads that is coming on the building, and you have to stabilize your strength. You have to strengthen the building. So strengthen the building is not sufficient. As a client or a owner requires aesthetic view of the building. Okay, aesthetic view means the architectural view. You have to look into this format. Okay, so to construct this, first thing is you have to visualize the building. You have to visualize and you have to develop the model for that concept. Okay, that is what you have to think in the aesthetic manner as a civil engineering, not only the strength or stability, all those things. Okay, now the construction industry has traditionally relied on specification and 2D drawing. Correct, right? To start up with any construction, one person who is executing in the field, he will be relied on the specification, the material specification and 2D drawings to start, to convey the material property, performance details, and location performance using small scale model typically constructed of wood to create an object for evaluation as a part of the design process. So if you think that you are a civil engineer and you want to execute a building in a field, the first step is you should look at the site location and you have to check whether the site is level or not. Then you have to make a proper formation of the ground level. Okay, later on the drawings will be produced to you. Okay, when the drawing is produced, first thing is when you look at the drawing, you have to conceptualize that in a 3D manner. Okay, after constructing of how to execute this 2D to the field, the drawing to the field. That means what specification, where the column positions, where the brick has to, where the window positions, all those things you have to visualize or imagine and you have to execute. That means all the drawings has to be produced in a proper way in a 2D. But before doing that, one should have some conceptualize how the building looks like. Simply you cannot construct a building by column, beams, all those things. First of all, you have to imagine how the building looks like. So if you give the 2D drawing, the 2D drawing will not show this kind of pictures, right? This kind of pictures is not shown here. So before doing that, you should know how your building looks like, in what manner, in what shape the building looks like. That is the thing first you have to understand. So for that one, construction of wood to create object for evaluation part of the design process. That means if you give a 2D drawing, see, it is like a 2D drawing, right? This is the drawing. So you are looking at 2D drawing, but you don't know the shape of the external view of this building. To know this, earlier days you used to construct using a sticks like this. Okay, if you want to construct a building, this is the shape of the building, it looks like. Then you will think that, okay, where should be the window position, where should be the door position, and where the lintel, also all this thing has to be provided, and what shape you have to provide, at what height you have to provide, and what is the shape outside, and what is the formwork that is required to produce this shape. All those things you have to imagine, you have to visualize that initially after getting this 2D drawing. Okay, later this specification of 2D drawing have been replaced by three-dimensional modeling in the virtual environment of the building information. Okay, earlier when the 2D drawing is given, then you are done with some using some small stick, ice cream sticks or small other sticks can be modeled, and you can imagine, okay, your building looks like that. But as the technology improves, using your different software, BIM software, all those things, the model can be developed like this. The model will be developed and this will be displayed, or you can take a printout of this in the 3D concept and you will imagine your building. Yes, after construction our building will looks like this. So you have to think that what is the height of this window, all those things you'll imagine, and you'll start constructing and you'll executing in your field. Okay, this is about the 3D modeling. Okay, the another alternative for 3D modeling is use of the advanced 3D solid modeling techniques in the combination with the digital fabrication method. This form is known as rapid prototyping. This form is known as rapid prototyping. Okay, what is rapid prototyping? A rapid prototyping is a fast fabrication of a physical part modeled or assembled using 3D computer aided design. Okay, this is the assembling of 3D assembling of different physical model using a computer CAD software. Okay, that means, see, once this model is not sufficient to visualize how it looks like, so this is the rapid prototype. See, this is the rapid prototype. This is Eiffel Tower. See how the construction is happening here using this 3D technology. So to develop this, the first step is you have to create a model. You have to create a 3D model in the AutoCAD file. Then that file has to be transferred to this prototype model. Then that will be created using some different materials. Okay, this is the plastic material where they are using the plastic and they are creating this model. Okay, this is about the basic simple introduction of this 3D modeling, how we have moved from 2D to 3D modeling in 3D printing. Okay, now so if you look at the product design and development strategy for engineer, any engineer, if you consider either not only civil engineer, you can consider mechanical or computer science engineering or any other engineer, one should understand the first step is should understand the concept. Next is preliminary design, then detailed design, the production, and next is the introduction of that means product processing. Okay, now the concept wise, how the concept wise will work. As a civil engineering part of you can think that if some client approach you for the construction of a building, then you will explain his requirement. Yes, for a small residential building of area 12 meter by 9 meter, then you will suggest that, sir, we are looking for some two bedroom house with a small open kitchen, something. You will be giving an is requirement to you. Then using his concept, his requirement, you will conceptualize that into a 2D model and you will draw a sketch for that. Okay, then you will draw a sketch for that and you will present that. That means a preliminary thing will be showing them, sir, this is the concept that will be getting for the your requirement, and will process accordingly. Then you will look at the thing and you will be you'll be looking and you'll be suggesting that okay, there is any modification, all those things. That is the preliminary stage of your building. Okay, next is once everything is done, then you will be doing a detailed design of the building, detailed design of the building. Then you will come with the execution, that is production of the building. Okay, then before production of the building, then you have to look for the aesthetic, all those things. Then you will be manufacturing, then you will be constructing. This is the process, this is the product development process in the civil engineering. In the mechanical, this concept will be in a different way. Okay, in today's world, there is a need of manufacture in the quickest way possible. Okay, now what I have explained, that is in a traditional way that has to be followed. Okay, in today's world, there is a need to manufacture in the quickest way possible. There are two methods of manufacturing. One is additive manufacturing and one is subtractive manufacturing. The additive manufacturing is combining all the materials in a single form, forming a layer of different material and forming a bigger model. Subtractive means to develop a model in an accurate way. For example, if you are want to develop a design in a jewelry forms, it is not like a complete model. There will be some subtractive, some for to achieve some design, that some model has to be, some product has to be subtracted from that. That is called subtractive manufacturing. The 3D printing is one such process of making 3D solid object from a digital file, which is additive manufacturing. Okay, additive manufacturing technology are initially developed in 1980s and have already been successful. It is developed in 1980s, not a new additive manufacturing technology. It is already developed in 1980s, have already been successfully adopted recently. Compared to the conventional construction process, the application of 3D printing technologies in the construction industry offer excellent advantage, and hence there is a need to understand more in order to successfully implement in its construction. See, this is one of the important compared to the conventional construction process. Conventional construction process means, what is conventional construction process? First, you have to understand, to start up with this, the amount of people involved in the construction process from the starting to the finishing stage, and the amount of material, supplement material, that is required to construct a building. For example, the concrete is not only sufficient material to construct a building, the formwork also is required there, formwork, and the laborers to construct that formwork. Okay, that is also important. But when you start using this 3D printing technology, that all can be avoided and we can construct in a very fast process manner. But there is also some difficulty in doing this. That anyway, in further we'll be looking at how the research people are working on that to overcome the complication involved in 3D printing technologies. Okay, now coming to what is 3D printing. The first thing is 3D printing is also called as additive manufacturing. Is a process of making three-dimensional solid object from a digital file. Okay, digital file means it is some AutoCAD file or some other file, it is created. From that and 3D processing, that solid object is manufactured at three-dimensional. The creation of 3D printed object is achieved using additive processing. In additive processing, an object is created by laying down successive layer of materials until the object is created. That means if you look at the structure, it is not as one time when metal is placed here. For each and every layer, like a 3 mm or 4 mm thickness of the layer is placed in every this thing in manner like that. Some 10 to 15 layer of this 5 mm thickness of material is placed here to develop this kind of model. That means it is in additive process, an object is created by laying down successive layers of material until the object is created. Each of these layer can be seen a thinly sliced horizontal section of the eventual object. It's clear? You can see here. You can see here the thin layer is placed one above the other, and this process is continue until this complete object is created. How you are created, what purpose you are created, whether you want to construct with 3D model, all those things. That means if you look at this picture, you can see, you can visualize that inside architectural view of this building. Okay, Now, the 3D printing is the opposite of subtractive manufacturing, which is cutting out or alloying out a pieces of metal or plastic with for an instant as a milling machine. See, this is an object where the cutting process is happening here, cutting out. It is not a solid this thing. Some cutting is happening here. See here, some small opening here. Yes, that is called as subtractive manufacturing, which is cutting out or alloying out a piece of metal or plastic with, for instance, a milling machine. For example, a jewelry shop, they are using a 3D printing to develop any jewelry design. Definitely, they'll be using some cutting. That is subtractive manufacturing process there. 3D printing enables you to produce the complex shapes using less material than the traditional manufacturing methods. Yes, 3D printing, when you develop any 3D model in the uh, digital file, then that can be modeled and can be developed easily without any complication, any complex structure, without any complication involved in that. But the same thing, if you want to develop in a actual way, it is very difficult. So this can be advantageous in 3D material. For example, 3D material is most advantageous in mechanical engineering, where the machinery parts they'll be developing, which is having a little bit complex in structure, complex in nature, and also in nowadays 3D printing concept is be used in medical field also to develop the uh, concept of the human being, so that the doctor can be access easily to do the operation, all those things. That concept has been used in medical field also, and also in the jewelry shops to, because the model that will be developing jewelry shop also is very difficult, will be complex, that can be overcome by using this 3D printing. Okay, now coming to what is 3D printing concrete. Okay, now we have talked about the medical field, we have talked about the mechanical, and also is the jewelry shops in developing the object. But what is, how to develop this 3D printing concrete? The concrete itself, it is very complex material. So they, to achieve its strength, there is a proper mixing is required, water cement ratio, finite aggregate, coarse aggregate, with a proper proportion. Then it has to be cured for 7 days with the, to initial setting of the time of the cement itself, it is 29 minutes or 30 minutes, depends upon the type of the cement. And also for the final setting, it will take 10 hours, 20 hours. So how this printing, how this 3D can be printed using this 3D printing, how this concrete can be printed? See, it is not so easy to complete this, because the setting time of this concrete, it will take some time, because if you place a layer above the concrete, it may slide, it may collapse, it cannot withstand this too much height of this concrete, because the flowability also it should work, right? Because we should not have any porous in that, otherwise the strength requirement will not achieve. All those things problem will be facing in the printing your 3D concrete. So what is 3D printing? Concrete 3D printing is a new tool in the toolbox of architects and construction companies. It offers a quick and cost effective way of building homes. As you may know, the material used with 3D printing technology are not just limited to plastic or metal materials. Recent development in the field of concrete 3D printing proves that there is an potential in quickly building affordable homes or even entire communities. Right. This is what the 3D printing. It is not only the plastic or metal materials we'll be using for 3D printing, but recent development shows that the 3D printing proves a potential in quick building affordable homes or even entire communities. Okay, while 3D printing, uh, while concrete 3D printing will not fully replace the traditional building techniques by tomorrow, the advantage of technology are undeniable. Designing and building a home can be an experience and time-consuming task. That is why concrete 3D printing is an appeal tool for contractors and architects. Okay, see, while printing a 3D printing, we cannot overcome the traditional construction. That has to be there. The traditional construction always will be there. Only thing is, you should know the time that is required to build a construction. For example, if you want to build a residential building, minimum it will take 6 to 8 months. A two-story building or duplex houses or single-story building will take 4 months time to build. And the process involved in the construction, it is too much, like column rising and to raise the column, the farm work required, the labor required to pour the concrete into the columns and beams, and the scaffolding that is required. All those things requires lot of effort and also the accuracy. If you do all those process, also the accuracy also will be reducing in the construction field because of the unskilled labors. To overcome all those things, the 3D printing can be used as an alternative tool for that. Okay, now coming to the history of concrete printing. History of concrete printing means robotic bricklaying was conceptualized and explored in 1950s, and automated construction began in 1960s. Okay, now if you look at this in 1960 itself, they conceptualized by placing the robotic form of machines to place a brick one layer the above. Okay, 1915 itself. And the commercial application of this 3D printing started in 1980s in the form of rapid prototyping, and this technology has come as long way before entering the construction industry. In aerospace, defense, and automotive are the most mature industries in the application of the 3D printing. Okay, now this 3D printing concept is developed in 1980, and it is come into the construction field before in aerospace and defense and automotive, where effective of this 3D printing is effectively used. Okay, before coming to the industry, this industries are effectively using this 3D printing concept, and they are found that it is successful in this places where aerospace, defense, and automotive. So now in 3D printing in concrete also, it has started in 1918s, and now you can see so many construction has done in this training. Next slides I'll be showing that. In 2016, Dr. Berko Conway of University of Southern California unveiled an enormous 3D printer designed to literally print a building in a place. It works like a desktop 3D printer, but uses a crane to do the printing and concrete as a medium to lay down a building structural elements. Okay, in 2006, this scientist have developed a 3D printing building as concrete as a medium material, and he has developed a building there. The 3D printing prototype yeah, hopefully will be helpful in 3D printing the building in India soon. Okay, this will be help in building a 3D printing the concept in India as soon as possible. Oh, there's a lot of research is happening in IITs. IIT Madras is the first institute where the 3D printing research is happening here. Because from this history, see from the history, it is not a new this thing concept of building this 3D printing. It is already 1950s. Some automation has been developed to develop using a 3D concept in 1980s. It's already in the commercial application of 3D printing, and vastly in aerospace and defense automotive, they already use this 3D printing. How does it exactly work? How does exactly work? The concept is like this. The AutoCAD the AutoCAD design is first made and a 3D slicing software is used to create 3D files. AutoCAD design. First thing is whatever concept you want to develop, you have to develop using a AutoCAD or software, any software which is compatible with the 3D printer. Okay, the CAD design is then used as a template, and the computer uses to control the extruder arm to lay down the material. Extruder arm to lay down the material. I'll show you the extruder. See, this is the extruder. This is the arm. This is the extruder where it will control the material to flow. Okay, down the material. The walls are printed hollow with a zigzagging pattern inside to provide a reinforcement, also leaving space for the insulation. That means when you are printing this concrete material here, see some hollow space is placed here, right? To place the material of reinforcement, all those things. See, hollow space here. The construction is then completed, finishing the painting and furniture. This process saved between 30 to 60% of the construction waste and decreased the production time by between 50 to 70% and the labor cost by 50 to 80%. See, this is how it works. See, if you look at this percentage, saves 30 to 60% of the construction waste. See, when you're constructing any building, the percentage of wastage can be reduced to 30 to 60% and can decrease the production time almost 70%. Within 30% time of that, you can complete the building, and labor cost can be reduced to 50 to 80%. See, if you look at this picture, definitely everyone will feel like that. Yes, if you have a 3D construction equipment, and if you know how to draw and you have to conceptualize your drawing file, then it is easy to construct even without any labors also, if everything is automated. That is what the new world is looking for now, right now, because the labor community, if you look at the labor community now, it is reducing. The persons that are involved in construction field, it is reducing, and also the cost for the labors, all those things. Because of this pandemic, you can see the how the construction cost has increased and how the deficiency in the labors because of this pandemic. Of course, to overcome all those things, this concept, this technology is definitely required. Okay, next coming to okay, what about the multi-story building? So we discussed about only the one floor building. So to build a one floor building in 3D construct printing, it's very difficult. But what about the multi-story building? Okay, in 2016, this entire concrete machine in 2016, in June 2016, Chinese company announced that it had constructed an entire concrete machine in 45 days. This is the construction of 3D building. The company erected the building's frames first, placing plumbing and electrical wiring, and then printed the structure using 20 tons of inexpensive concrete and a computer-controlled printer. The two-story of 4,305 square foot and dwelling claims to be an earthquake-proof and environmentally friendly. See, in 2016, the Chinese have built a building with a 20 tons of inexpensive concrete and computer-controlled printer. That is of 4,305. How many days it has taken? 45 days. Okay, whether if you are doing with the construction, it is possible to construct within 45 days of this building? No, it is not possible. But here, some requirement is required, that is proper placing and plumbing is required here. See, important thing here, proper placing and plumbing. Then you have to print a proper concreting here. Okay, this is the thing what is happening. See, the construction of this machine of concrete in China. Now, the office of the future Dubai. This building is constructed using a 3D printing. This construction is constructed using in Dubai using a 3D printing. What are the key features of this building? Is a footprint of 250 square meter. See the area of that building. It is located within the Dubai's Emirates Towers complex. Will serve as a fully functional office. A 3D printing measuring of 20 by 120 by 40 feet. That means 6 by 36 by 12 meter did most of the work with this. It took 17 days to print the basic building, but it then required finishing both internally. Okay, now coming to the high-rise building. So 3D printing is done by 5-story apartment building by Wingchun Company in China. See, this is the 5-story building that is constructed in China. And what are the key features that is involved? It is a 5-story apartment building with an area of 1,100 square meter, that is 11,840 square foot. It is on display at Zhongzhou Industrial Park in China. The 3D printed stands 6.6 meters high. The 3D printer, I'm talking about the size of the 3D printer, not the building, 6.6 meter high, 10 meters wide and 40 meters long. The printer is in this case fabricates the part in large space at the facility. The structure are then assembled on site, complete with steel reinforcement and insulation in order to comply with the official building standards. Okay, different parts it has been printed, and all these parts are assembled together using the steel reinforcement and insulation in order to comply the official standard buildings quality. Now, while talking, you have seen so many buildings that has been done with different this thing, China, Dubai, and the construction this thing, 5-story building or 2-story building. Okay, now coming to the what are the advantages of this 3D printing? One of the biggest advantage of 3D printing is the reduced time that it requires to build a house. It can used for a building disaster relief shelters in very reduced amount of time. Okay, this is one of the advantage where you can build a fast construction for a single story, where if you look at the disaster that has happened in Mumbai or Kerala or Tamil Nadu due to the flood in Karnataka also. So there some relief fund, there some shelter is required for the people who lost their houses due to this disaster. For that purpose, immediately using this 3D printed can be constructed for the to serve their purpose for their daily needs by using this 3D printing. That is one advantage. Manual labor is not required, hence reduce the cost as well as the enhances of the accident and injuries. Yes, manual labors required is very less and reduce the cost as well as chances of accidents and injuries for the labors. Better for sustainability as recycled concrete can be used as a construction material, right? Better for sustainability as recycled concrete can be used as a construction material. Large component can be easily created. Large components can be easily created in this 3D construction. Okay, the biggest advantage and an architectural design involves complexity can be constructed easily when no conflict between the engineers and architects. This is most important points here. Okay, anytime if you talk about the construction of the building, these two people will be fighting, architects and engineer. Architect says, I want this kind of design. Structural engineer says, no, this is not possible. The structure will not stay stable. So this fight will happen throughout the time. That is, fight means it's an healthy argument. It's not a fight, it's an healthy argument where these two people will always fight. Architects for the look for the aesthetic, structural civil engineers look for the safety. So this has to be rectified. This can be overcome if you start using this 3D printing. Okay, highest degree of precision is obtained. If you look at that building constructed in the 3D printing, obviously it will be having higher precision compared by the construction manual in the field. There will be small error due to human error or unskilled labor error. So many errors will be multiplying and it will not be in high precision, but that can be overcome by using your 3D printing concept. Now, disadvantages of 3D printing means reduction in construction jobs. Yes, as the work can get outsourced. Correct, right? Here, when you're talking about the labor community, of course, that is also important. We have to look in that condition also. They are very poor. They are depend upon this construction field itself because they are unskilled. So that can be a reduction in their construction job. The sheer size of the printer, the sheer size, then due to this, the size transportation of the printer is a problem. Because when you want to construct a bigger building, then the size of the printer, you just imagine to print a paper itself, the size of the printer you're using at your office or your home itself, it is having some size, right? At least like 2 feet by 2 feet or 3 feet by 3 feet, some size will be there to print. But you imagine for a construction of this concrete building, how much space that is required and the transportation of that used printer to the field, it is very difficult. That is also one of the disadvantage. The finishing is not greater as compared to the regular construction. Yes, the finishing is not greater compared to the this thing. That means after construction of this building, you can see here this picture. This is a concrete finishing, right? This finishing is not greater as you are constructed in your manual creations. Okay, no engineers will start constructing which might not be safe. Start constructing which might not be safe. Okay, this is about the 3D printing. I just explained about what is 3D printing, how the 3D printing is start, how to conceptualize the 3D printing concept here. And we come about the history and some of the building that is constructed in China and Dubai and their key factors and advantage and disadvantage. Yeah. Now, as a engineers, you should know the research background, the effort from the researchers putting in towards the development of this 3D printing. That will be talking in the coming slide. That means research background. See, the research has been enormously carried out from the past 2 decades on this construction field. Because if you look at the concrete materials itself, it's very complex. The setting time, the retardation time, or the flowability of the concrete plays a very important role here. And also, if you reduce the water content, then there will be no flowability. If you increase the water this thing, then you cannot construct the 3D printing concept here. So keeping all this mind and to achieve the strength within lesson time and the setting time also should decrease. So all those keeping in the mind, the research have been doing enormously. Sanjayan in 2019, the application of 3D printing in concrete is discussed. In this paper, if you refer this paper, the Sanjayan has discussed the application of the 3D printing in the construction is discussed. Here, the methodology, the information on all the construction with 3D printing is categorized and their features are discussed here. So this professor or the scientist or this researcher have done collect the information of all the 3D printing in the catalog and discussed. The Vibox Pavilion in Thailand and Beijing Apis Core Russia. That is Asang Tengda in Beijing. Yeah, outcome. This is the outcome of that. That means comparing all those things. Okay, Kaziman in 2019 use a Portland concrete in is tested for 3D printing. Okay, this professor of research used Portland, that means ordinary cement concrete, in testing the 3D printing. So here the methodology he adapted is shape stability and printability time is tested here. That means I already discussed, right? This shape stability and the printability time, because when you are having more water, then it will be too much flowable, then it cannot make a small thin layer of the film like this thing. If it is lesser, then the flowability will be problem. This concept he has studied, and he used silica flume and nanoclay enhances the shape stability, and inclusion of the calcium chloride improves the hydration and setting time. See here, these are the things used in development of a 3D printing. What he has used silica films and nanoclays for the stability and calcium chloride to increase the setting time. And the next professor, Godril, in 2019, work done on the various advantage of large-scale additive manufacture of ultra-high performance concrete, ultra-high performance, to check the strength. So he has compared the conventional building method with additive manufacture using the formwork method for 3 case studies. He has taken 3 case studies, and the outcome is the comparison proved that additive manufacture is cheaper considering the complex design and shape. See, he has compared with conventional and additive manufacturing with 3 case studies, and he has come out with a solution. This thing result is he has done with a doing with 3D. It will give a much cheaper considering the complex design and the shape. The next is Nam et al. In 2000 proposed a methodology for the controlled distribution and the orientation of fibers in the concrete. Okay, now when you're talking about the strength, only if you're pouring a concrete, the strength cannot be increased. There should be some material to take care of this tensile strength, right? Concrete is very strong in compression, but how about the tension? All those things keeping in mind, they start using the fibers as a 3D printed and placed in the molds, and then cement slurry poured and tested for the compressive strength. The strength order of different fibers depend upon the fiber interaction near the crack plane. That means the cracks can be avoided by using the fiber. This kind of research is already done, but this fibers has been introduced in 3D printing to avoid the cracks when while printing the 3D printing after getting. Next professor is Ambach et al. In 2019 tested the properties of 3D printed fibers reinforced Portland cement paste, right? 3D printed fiber reinforced Portland, right? 3D printed fiber reinforced. Okay, a nozzle injection technique is introduced. Nozzle injection like technique is used where the cubes were 3D printed with fiber reinforced cement paste. The what is the outcome of that? The orientation of the fiber is in the direction of printing. Printing a strength of 120 MPa was obtained with 3D printed FRC with 3% carbon fibers. This is the outcome of this research. And Malab et al. In 2009 and Rushing et al. Compare the design printing mix with the different machine setups. A particle printable concrete mix is printed in different machine steps. This is the methodology he has used. And he has concluded a single mix will not be compatible with all the machine. Each machine requires some standardization. Clear? These are some of the research that have been carried out. And one more professor has investigated the different concrete mixture for additive manufacturing. Various concrete mixtures were created with different sizes of aggregate fibers and admixtures. See here, they are trying with different materials, different concept, different new material they are using, because they have to check with the setting time, they have to check with the strength wise, they have to check with the to avoid the crack and aesthetic, all those things to achieve that. They are different professors are scientists or researchers are doing different materials and they are using that. So in this outcome, the conventional mix design will result in inadequate execution, and the use of various fibers and admixture is very important. Okay, and phase 2, extrudable concrete mixture can be easily adapted to a new location with different natural aggregates. Okay, these are the outcome of this investigation. Lee in 2019 worked on the method of enhancing the durability, enhance the buildability and bending resistance. See, he has worked on this. He has used the methodology. Printable mix was developed with admixtures including the copper fillings, polycarboxylate based superplasticizers, and viscosity modified agent, and 3D printing prisms are then tested. See, these are the materials that are used.
the outcome of that viscosity modifying admixtures help improving the bonding between the layers and also enhance the flowability of the cement mortar. See, as you know that if you look at this, so when you talk about the 3D printing layer, the 3D printer will be flow one layer of film like this. Okay, so this is one layer, and if you look at the other layer, then one more layer has to be placed here, right? And if you look at like this, the n number of layers will be placed one above the other. So I just showed three layers: red, blue, and green. These are the three layers where 3D printed have done. This is the first layer. It has done like in 5 minutes. 10:5. It has started with 10:5, and this layer has started in 10:15. So it is a big structure, right? It is a big structure. It has to be completed this kind of structure. So this is placed in another after 15-20 minutes. So to achieve the bonding between this is also very much important. It's not so easy to check the stability, that bonding between that this research have done, and he has show that the viscosity modified admixtures help improving the bonding between the layers. See, this viscosity model is used to achieve the bonding between the layer and also enhance the flowability of the cement mortar. That is one thing he has used. Okay, that is one thing he has used. And another professor scientist have done with study properties of structural 3D printed with cementitious powder. Binder is sprayed to powder in the feed bin, and 3D print is then tested for the compression and flexure. Similar failure pattern in XYZ direction, that is hourglass shaped and layer atop process led to an orthotropic behavior of the cementitious material. This is the outcome of this professor. Okay, now coming to the other professor, what the research I've done here is Cowley, the researcher, worked on the factor influencing the mechanical properties of the 3D prints of the magnesium, potassium, or phosphate cement material. And the methodology adopted is two groups of specimens were printed to study the factor of mechanical properties such as water cement ratio, compressive strength, and tensile strength. The thickness of the each layer is directly proportional to the compressive strength and tensile strength. The outcome of this, the thickness of the layer depends upon the compressive strength, all those things. So these are the two professors or researchers have conducted the experimental work on 3D printed, and these are the outcome of that printing. The work introduced to powder based 3D printing concrete material with the addition of geopolymers. Okay, commercially available 3D printer source is replaced with a concrete mix with a fly ash. So binder solvent is used to improve the strength with increase the strength of the strength with several times. So another research in 2019 studied the various factors and methods of enhancing the interlayer strength. Layers are 3D printed with a 2 centimeter nozzle and then tested for the mechanical property. Increasing the surface area, the mechanical anchorage were concluded to be important factor in increasing the interlayer strength. That is the thing which they have done. And other scientists, they have done with different materials they are used. Those studied the properties of powder-based 3D printing geopolymer and effect of curing media is tested. The design of 3D printing cementitious material, they have done it. Worked on the formulation of robust and sustainable cement binder, they have done with this. So these are the researchers that have been done. See, if I look at the years in the literature, I just collected only in 2019 paper. See, in 2020, they have done a lot of research. Their research is happening. So if you look at that research, if you summarize the research, they have done to check the flowability of the material, then the setting time of the material, then the strength of the material that is required to achieve the required strength, and also the bonding between that. So only thing is they are doing with to achieve the strength, and the structure should be stable enough. So for achieving this, they are used different materials like geopolymers, they are used GGBFS, they are used fly ash, they are used silica flumia, they are used, and fibers they are used to reduce this. All those things differently they are tried with different composition, different proportion, and they have come up with their result from their study. Because to develop a 3D printing, it's not an easy process. There are a lot of research is required to completely build a safe structure, stable structure. Okay. So from this, we can conclude that reduction of cost by eliminating the expensive farm work can be done here. Yes, right. When you are doing the construction, farm work can be reduced here. Reduction of injury rates by eliminating the dangerous jobs. Creation of high-end technology jobs. Reduction of on-site construction time by operating and at a constant rate. And minimizing the enhance of errors by highly precise material deposition. Increasing sustainability in construction by reducing the wastage of farm work, increasing architectural freedom, which would enable more sophisticated design for the structural and aesthetic purposes. So to achieve all those things, this research background is required. So that only thing is printing 3D concrete, it's not so easy. That means there is a proper technology that has to be adopted to proper flow of the concrete and proper bonding and proper strength has to be achieved. So that to gain all those things, a proper research is required. Once it is done, then definitely then to develop a 3D printing model is can be underover to mechanical people, where they will develop a model which is required size, fabrication, all those things. Then you can use easily the 3D printing for the construction purpose. These are the some references which I used and to prepare these slides. And thank you.
Thank you, sir. If any questions, then ask to sir or put the question in chat box.
Or I'll type my email ID. If you have any queries, you can definitely ask through email ID so that I can reply you. This my email ID, you can.
Harish sir, what is the ingredients of that particular concrete? Like and grind size?
So it depends on, it will be less than like 5 mm or 6 mm size of this thing, because the nozzle size, depending on the nozzle size, because it is like an injection type of things, right, where the liquid can flow. So it will be normally lesser size, almost 5 to 6 mm. Lesser than that, or you can use only the fine aggregate itself. Depends upon the nozzle size, you can decide for which type of construction you're using.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, I have one problem that you have mentioned the disadvantage that the labor work is not more required.
Yes.
This is I think not a disadvantage. I think this is an advantageous point, na?
No, labor wise is not required means what I'm talking about, we are talking about the labors, because the unskilled labors will dependent on this job itself, right? Many construction place, if you look at that, like n number of people are involved in the construction. If they lose their job, then where they have to go and hand the money for their
if you go to the time, you will minimize, and definitely
yeah,
cost construction cost will also decrease.
Of course, I already told the construction cost can be reduced to 70 to 80% of using this 3D printing. But we have to think in the other way also, right? The unskilled labor, we are completely dependent. We don't know, we don't have any work. We don't know anything other than this, right? For that people, we have to.
This situation also created in 1990 also, when the computer also just start penetrating in India.
Yes.
That time also one computer will replace 10 skilled person, but actually new jobs created.
Yes, of course. But initial stage, there will be some problem for that people. Na? Then they will be adjusted to the other kind of work. But initially, we can show that this will maybe a disadvantage, like labor losing their jobs, maybe right now. But obviously, as the technology grows, definitely they will be adjusted to the other field of work.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Any questions? from participant? The feedback link is shared in your chat box. Any question from participant? Then ask to sir.
If you have any queries, I've already shared my email ID. You can contact through the email. Definitely, I'll be replying to them questions.
So there is no question. So I would like to conclude. Okay. Thanks a lot, sir, for sharing us such a wonderful information. Now, I would like to thankful Dr. Harishan, sir, to share us the knowledge about the 3D printing, which will be helpful for a future expansion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.